The highlights and match reaction show for the UEFA Champions League. We are sponsored by our partners for the entire season at Topps Kick 23. Topps Kick are the official digital collectibles app of the UEFA Champions League. Topps Kick is back for the 22-23 season, where you can collect and trade your favorite players from across the Champions League with football fans all around the world. The app has new packs available every week, brand new cards, original artworks, and classic top card designs. Throughout the course of this season, I want to build with you the ultimate Champions League squad with Topps Kick. So get the app downloaded right now. It's available worldwide and it is free. I'm going to be playing along throughout the entire Champions League season from tonight right and through to the final, and I want to see you there. The link is available in the description below to download the Topps Kick 23 app. You can also scan the QR code that will be on the screen throughout the course of this stream. But make sure like buttons are being smashed. You're subscribing to the Football Terrace. Big shout out to Topps. Let's do this. Juve out of the Champions League, battered. Don't let the 4-3 scoreline deceive you. Battered in Lisbon by Benfica. Max Allegri should, if there's any justice in this world, to quote the poet, the philosopher Lamar, he should be sacked. Out on his ear. Dreadful performance this year. Awful in the league. He's losing his power just like he's lost his hair, and he's got to go. Allegri out should be trending, if that's the way the Italians write it, because they got absolutely annihilated, embarrassed, humbled, and baptized in front of the world. They did. It was an absolute embarrassment tonight. We're talking about that. Of course, Lionel Messi on fire tonight with Paris Saint-Germain. Mbappe with more goals, 7-2 thrashing they gave out. Real Madrid lose. The Dortmund City draw, did it really matter? I don't know how many of you were really watching it. We're going to go through it all in a little bit more detail. I'm joined, of course, by the brilliant, the amazing Jessica Black. How did you enjoy those 8 p.m. games?
No, like, the Juventus game was insane. Like, it really was, because Benfica were having fun. That was, I mean, they were definitely just playing on the playground, having the time of their life, and Juventus were just there. They were, and then at the end of the game, they tried to have a little comeback, and it didn't really work out for them. And I just think, yeah, that was hilarious. And I know that the commentators were saying that whoever Benfica gets in the next round, you know, will suffer, or it would be a difficult. I bet you whoever plays Benfica next will just play, because Juventus were bad. They really were. And yeah, I think there's quite a bit to talk about, even though obviously, like, we usually talk about top six and all that kind of stuff. In Manchester City, Dortmund didn't have much going on, but there's some players out there that, you know, put on decent displays and showed their quality in this round, you know, so there are some things to talk about.
No, there is, of course there is. And look, I think Juve going out is the big Champions League story tonight. And, you know, the old lady is finished. She's done. She's been put to bed early. You know what I mean? A little cup of cocoa, put to bed.
I don't know why that was so funny.
Finished. And look, it's good to see. I'm not going to lie. It's good to see. And I tell you, there's one person who's absolutely cacking their pants tonight.
I know who it is.
I'm telling you who it is. Vlahovic's agent. You didn't see that one coming. Vlahovic's agent. This man, 12 months ago, decided, ring, ring. He's like this, looking at it. Ring, ring. He's like, oh, it's Mikel Arteta. Ring, ring. He didn't answer it. He ignored Mikel Arteta's calls. And he forced his client, Vlahovic, to go to Juve. You fast forward those 12 months, Juve are finished, dead. The old lady has been put out to pasture. Arsenal, top of the league, flying high, playing great football. They've got a striker they're all falling in love with. And Vlahovic is deep, buried under the mud tonight. Don't worry about the ultras coming for Allegri. Don't worry about the protests in Turin. Vlahovic's agent is getting a one-way ticket to Timbuktu because that man is so far in the mud. So far in the mud. I don't know where he's going to end up. He's absolutely finished. Vlahovic, you got to sack him. What advice have you taken, my friend? That's as bad a decision as Harry Kane signing a new deal at Tottenham. Vlahovic, you silly, silly sausage. Sausage.
Okay, I have a question.
Sausage.
I have a question.
Sausage.
Sausage, yes. I have a question. So obviously Juventus are in a position they'll be in the Europa League, correct? Do we know?
Well, maybe not. Maybe not. If we look at I'll get the table up on the screen right now.
So here's my question while Terry looks this up.
Go on.
Is if Juventus end up in the Europa League, which revenge tour is best? Is it Manchester United meeting up with Juventus and having Pogba play against Manchester United, or is it Arsenal versus Juventus?
The Vlahovic
and Locatelli.
You're getting ahead of yourself, young lady. Look at that table. They're bottom. They play Paris Saint-Germain next, right? So they have to beat Paris Saint-Germain. Okay, and listen, Maccabi Haifa, they're probably not going to beat Benfica, but Benfica are going to rest it. Well, Benfica might try and come top of that group, but Paris Saint-Germain are going to try and come top of their group. Juve are going to get beat by PSG. Maccabi Haifa are going to get beat by Benfica, but Juve are coming fourth. They're not even going to be in the Europa nights. They are going to be resting. Vlahovic, sack your agent, my brother. There's going to be no revenge tour for anyone.
No revenge tour.
Pogba's been out injured, so I'm not gonna have a go at the guy. But still. And listen, a few of you are saying Juve might end up fourth. What's fourth? Arsenal were in a title challenge. Juve have fallen off and they don't look like they're coming back soon. They have wasted so much money in the last 4 to 5 years. Being at Juventus now is a poison chalice, and Vlahovic has signed himself up. Listen, Man United need a good number 9 in January. Let's get that business done. He's too good for the old lady right now. Let's take him away from this nightmare in Turin. Let's do it. Let's get it done, Man United, because he's got to leave, and they're done. They're finished out here. Finished.
I have a feeling that Edu is going to send over a little "Hey, big head" text message to Vlahovic and Locatelli in January and say like, "Hey, you want to come now?" I'm just saying. We could have told you this. Juventus have been dead for a while though. Like this, the writing has been on the wall, right? Like it's not like this is new news that they've been trending downwards for a while.
When they were trending down, because of the hatred a lot of rivals of Man United have for Cristiano Ronaldo, because of the Barca influence and Messi fanboys that hate Ronaldo, when they started to decline, it was blamed on Ronaldo. And I think this is the problem, is when you kind of scapegoat one player for the downfall of a club, which is always wrong. I don't think it's ever been right in the history of football. Is you're not looking at the real problems. You're not seeing the wood for the trees. And Juve has had issues. And I think it's because they've got an aging squad. They overinvested in the wrong players, and then they haven't reinvested the same again. You've got to remember, they were wrong to spend £100 million on Ronaldo and pay him, $500-600 grand a week. At the same time, they were spending £400,000 a week on Aaron Ramsey. So £1 million a week plus £100 million transfer fee. Do the maths over a 3, 4, 5 year period. There's probably a good 200 odd million plus pounds they've spent on those two players that didn't move the needle for them as a club. What they've invested. They fought tooth and nail to get Locatelli. Ridiculous. And I don't know. I'm kind of happy to see it, because they striped Man United up to get Pogba, and then they took him back off us, and it upset me. So maybe I'm a little bit bitter. Maybe I'm a bit bitter for some of the beatings they gave us in the 90s. I don't know, but I'm quite happy to see it. You're out. Vlahovic, you're a fool. You're a fool. You're a fool. You were there on the technicality. You're a fool. We're done. Let's take a look at some of your comments here. We've got some super chats. R.I.P. the old lady is dead. Barca next. Yeah, Barca could be out tomorrow as well. But I tell you who else is dead tonight. Metaphorically speaking, can we have a moment's silence and bow our heads for KJ?
Why?
I battered him in the Top Kicks 23 fantasy tonight. I battered him like an Ian Bill codfish. I actually killed it tonight. Oh, look at this. I Look at it. I won all these packs. KJ, what'd you win tonight, son? What'd you win tonight? I came in the top, just under the top 200. Just under the top 200. I'm buzzing. My best score yet. Goals from Vinny Jr. tonight and Mbappe, Neymar, what's his name? Rafael Leao. I got goals. KJ, how did you do, son? I battered you, didn't I, mate? He reckons he's got all the skills in the world. How many points did you get? You said one more day to go. You ain't doing nothing, bruv. You ain't doing nothing. Battered. Oh, yeah, I forgot this tomorrow. But yeah, I'm killing him. I reckon I've got double the points you've got. What am I on now, points-wise? 1,752 points. I want to know, viewers, how many points you're on. Get that into the live comment section. Now, if you haven't signed up yet, though, get it done. Best digital collectible app in the world. Great fantasy games, great challenges, a great way to spend your time if you enjoy that type of thing. I certainly do. Me and KJ have become competitive, and we are giving away a free Champions League shirt of your choice to everyone who signs up and follows me. Scan that code or click on the link in the description below or in the live comment section and get that done. This comment here says, let me move my mouse so I can see it. Chelsea beat Real Madrid tonight, and why can't I say his name?
Nkunku, Gvardiol, Werner goals.
Yeah, they did. They done well. I mean, they didn't rest it. They did well tonight. They did well tonight. RB, we were watching, that game was on as well. They did very, very well indeed. Some good players in that team.
Yes.
Mudryk is that guy. I hope he comes to Arsenal. We didn't watch that game tonight. I didn't watch that game tonight. How did they get on? What was the score in that game?
I don't know. I just looked at his goal. I mean,
he scored a goal. It was 1-1 in the game, wasn't it? Yeah, 1-1 in the game. He looked good then.
I mean, the thing about Mudryk is he definitely has goals in him. You know, I think that if Arsenal are going to look for anybody in January, they need to bring in somebody with end product, and he definitely has that. He's going to cost quite a bit, you know, but I mean, we're Arsenal. We should be able to spend the money, right? So I do think that, you know, I like the look of that guy, but it's just a matter of Arsenal taking it serious, you know, and not taking the easy way out and saying ESR is back in January, so we're fine. Like, bring in somebody else and really push if we're close to the title, you know, because we're in a title race.
You are in a title race. Oh, do you want to see something funny, people? I got 1,700 points. KJ there on 600. KJ's in the mud. Hang on a minute. KJ, who have you just got?
Oh, man just packed Messi 2.5, baby. Let's
How?
go.
How did you get that? How?
Hey, don't mess with me, bro. I'm coming for you, Terrence.
No! 2.5?
He's cheating.
Nah, do you know? No, I know what. That was given to you by Tops. Tops gave that to you. Tops gave that to you.
Look, I just got it. Look, that's who I got with him. I got some dead brother. I got flipping Matthias de Ligt. I packed Messi.
Is that new packs out tonight?
Nah, it's from the contest that we did earlier.
Okay. I've won 3 packs from that, right? I've won 3 packs from that. I'm doing this on the air. Hang on. My contest, right? I'm claiming my 3 packs. Who did I get? If I don't get someone good, look at these. Hang on, right? Who did I get? Philip. I've got a goalkeeper. Who else? 2.5 Raheem Sterling. I just got Angel Di Maria. He's out. Right, I've got a few more packs though. Junior Malaise. Luka Modric. Great, he'll score loads of goals.
He won't.
And I got Olivier Giroud. Hang on, this ain't even fair. I did better than you. How am I not? Milan Skriniar. Alisson, that's not a bad goalkeeper. Alisson 2.5. Happy with that? And Eden Bloody Dzeko. I'm finished. I'm finished out here. How did you get better packs than me?
I think you can swap them mid-contest as well. So let me just do some.
I think if you swap, you can swap them, but you lose the points. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. KJ, we'll chat to you in a second, my friend. Man got Messi. He got Messi. Speaking of Messi, though. You're sold. I don't know what that means. Oh, no, you're solid.
Yeah.
No. It'll be a good pick. Make sure you get it downloaded and start playing it. The more I play it, though, the more I'm getting into it. It's actually a fantastic game to get it done. I did want to speak a little bit, though, about Lionel Messi tonight, because he scored, assisted again. Overall stats here, you can see 128 goals, 38 assists, 4 titles, obviously, 160 games played, 49 knockout goals for Lionel Messi. Another fantastic night for him in the Champions League. Yes, it was against Maccabi Haifa, but just sensational. And of course, now he's just 12 goals away from catching Cristiano Ronaldo.
You said 12?
12, yeah. He's got 140. I think Ronaldo's got 140 goals, according to the stat that the website that had the stats on. 12 more goals. He probably won't score 12 more goals in the competition this year, probably. But he's going to catch Ronaldo, because Ronaldo doesn't look like he's going to be going to another proper Champions League club after this, does he?
I do think he'll catch him. It's unfortunate for Ronaldo because he's not in the Champions League, so he can't, pull away or, add some more goals to keep that record solid. So I think Messi definitely is going to catch him at some point. I mean, he's a little bit younger and he's still playing in that competition. So I don't know. For me, with this whole Cristiano Ronaldo versus Lionel Messi thing, I just feel like we're so blessed to be able to watch these two footballers play, because who knows when we're going to ever see anything like this again, players going toe to toe like this. So for me, I usually stay out of the debate. I do think Messi will catch him, but we never know what's going to happen with Cristiano Ronaldo after this season. He may end up at a Champions League level team and still be able to add to that goal tally. But the way that PSG front line are playing and connecting at the moment, I do think that, Messi will probably get a couple more goals. I know there's some rumors of him going back to Barcelona maybe after this season or leaving, but wherever he goes, if he stays fit, he's going to score those goals and get those assists. So yeah, I think Messi's going to catch him. But again, I stay out of the debate because I just kind of feel like we should just be like, wow, we got to see some crazy players,
Yeah, I just on those stats, just really quickly. So I got the 28 goals off of the UEFA's Twitter account, but UEFA's official website have now said actually it's how many goals these guys have got. UEFA are getting it wrong. It's actually 129 goals, so I'm going to update that now, which makes him 11 away from equaling it, but 12 away from beating that record. So I will update that. There was a tweet tonight by them that got it wrong. And look, a reason why, again, the stats aren't the most important thing. It's everything else that comes with it. And I agree with you 110% that we're just blessed to have seen these two players in our lifetime. We always hear about Pele's and Maradona's, Beckenbauer's, Gerd Muller's, Best's and Bobby Charlton's, Bobby Moore's. But we never got to see any of them play in their pomp. And it's so great to see. There we go. Updated the stats for people. Thanks to UEFA for getting that wrong. We're so blessed to see these individuals play and strut their stuff and do what they do. And listen, everyone has their opinion on who their GOAT is. Often it's shrouded in personal preference. I'm always going to pick Ronaldo biasly because I love what he's done. And his style of football is one of my favorites from an attacking side of things. But I've never once and never will disrespect Lionel Messi. He went to Paris Saint-Germain last year and he looked kind of lost. And of course, he isn't the player he was 5-6 years ago. No one is at his age in this game. But he looked a little bit lost. And maybe that was a little bit of homesickness, the way he left. You saw him bawl his eyes out when he left Barcelona. He couldn't even stay for free. The rules wouldn't allow him. And there's now talk about him going back. But he seems to have kind of found himself again. Starting to score, starting to assist, starting to really impact games in a positive way. And listen, I know that Cristiano Ronaldo will be sitting at home tonight. And I think that's one of the reasons why he's throwing his toys out the prime at Man United, because was that four or five goals in the Champions League this year for Lionel Messi? I think he's got 10 overall this year. Ronaldo's got a goal. And he'll, at the very least, Ronaldo will want to be getting Premier League goals because they are worth more than League R goals. He'll want to be scoring in that Europa League because, he's the amount of chances he's missed in those last few games. He'll at least want, even though he might end up losing this record, and he may very well do, he's going to want to keep scoring. And that's why I think he's going to push so hard, for instance, in January to go to a Chelsea or a club like that, because Ronaldo's at a point in his life where I think his individual records now mean more to him than anything else. And the only way Messi surpassing him will be like kept okay is, again, if Messi ends up with 142 goals, but he wins, and say he goes to Chelsea, Ronaldo, and scores 4 or 5 in the Champions League, but wins in the Champions League and has 6 Champions League titles, that is what I think it aimed for. Does that make sense? But listen, Messi tonight, another night where it wasn't against the best opponents in the world, but I'm not going to take anything away from him. He was sensational. So was Mbappe. So was Neymar. It's about time PSG won the damn thing, though, really.
Yeah. Did you ask me a question?
No, not really. I just said it, and I didn't know if you were going to respond. You didn't. So there we go. Unpopular opinion here says PSG are the best team in the world in possession. They move the ball way better than Man City. Better than Man City does, but of possession, PSG are very out of possession. They're very sus. It's a good point. They should be one of the best in possession when you look at what they spend, the players they've got, and everything else. I don't think it's when they're out of possession, they are sus because they've got a lot of players in their team that don't work hard. Their front three are not players who will you can find me footage where they're tracking and back and pressing, but they don't do it consistently. So when they come up against other top class teams, that is why they get found out. And as soon as this is the problem with PSG. As a football club, their culture is an expression for motorcyclists in the UK that are fair weather riders. When it's sunny and shiny and it's a beautiful day, they're out on their motorbikes. They're fair weather riders. Bit of rain, bit of sleet, bit of wind. They keep them bikes indoors and they get back in the car because they don't like it. That's PSG. As soon as someone lands a hard one on their chin, as soon as it's a little bit tough, as soon as they're under a bit of pressure, they cower away. And that's what they need. They've got to learn to fight. They've got to learn to battle. They've got to learn to be resilient. And they just don't have that. For me, as a football club, they haven't built that resilience. And I believe it's because they're born from money, which is not like they were lucky. They won the lottery with getting their owners. But because domestically there's no competition, really, they're a little bit dull. I don't think they have that sharpness about them, that grit, because at least Man City over this last decade or so, Chelsea for the last 20 years, they've had people pushing them the whole time, keeping them sharp, keeping them honest. I don't think PSG have that. Yeah,
I think at the bare minimum, like Gaultier has went in there and improved the style. I don't think that they were playing their best possible football under Pochettino.
No.
So of course that's going to improve. And over the last 2 seasons or so, we've been talking about PSG being this powerhouse and being this team, but it's never of course they've probably gotten better in possession, but what we really need to see, like you said, is that all around game. Are they going to be able to defend as a team? When things get a little bit more tumultuous, are they going to explode and get a bunch of red cards? That's what we're looking for. I don't think that whatever Gaultier is doing in terms of what they're doing in possession is so much better than what Pochettino was doing that we don't need to look at what's going on behind that. We know that the tougher tests are coming. So of course they play good football. Look who they have up front. They have the best front three. But it's all about that all-around game, and that's what I'm looking out to see because...
I agree, and there's a comment here. I knew I'd get it. No competition. They didn't even win last year. 2 seasons ago, they didn't win. Lille won it, I believe. Was it Lille? But what happened to Lille's squad? What happened to Lille?
Yeah, they just...
best players get sold, moved on. What I mean by competition, I'm talking year in, year out. Man City have had their best period in the history of their football club in the last 4 or 5 years. But they've had a team pushing them, nearly, barring the Centurions year where they run away with the league. Every other year, they've had a team pushing them. Every other year that City have won a Premier League title, there's been a team there or thereabouts. Liverpool have been on their coattails now, beating them in some years, pushing them to that edge. That makes them a better team. Now, City's issue still in the Champions League, though. City's issue is their fans don't put pressure on them to win it, and there needs to be a bit more of that. Chelsea, they got their money. They invested massively. They had Arsenal. They had Manchester United. Then they had Man City. Then there's Liverpool. You've got Tottenham that have come to the fray. There's competition there, and you need it. Now, I'm talking about clubs that suddenly get success because money's injected out of nowhere. The Barcelonas and the Real Madrids got to where they got to over decades of becoming the best teams and seeing off the competition. So there's a different mentality internally. That is what I'm talking about. And I think League A, the Uber Eats League, is one of the biggest hindrances for this team. They're not pushed to the nth degree enough. You got to remember, as the knockout stages start, watch. These guys play their league games on a Saturday or a Sunday, and they will start sometimes 9, 10, 11 different players to what play in the Champions League knockout game. You can't do that in the best leagues in the world. You just can't do it. You just can't do it, my friend.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at some more comments here. Terry, earlier you and Jess were debating if Kovacic is world class. How is a 4 times Champions League winner who's won? Is he a 4 times Champions League winner? Did he win it all 4 times? He must have done. Who's won major honors, not world class, something Arsenal can't do?
Because it depends on what your impact was on those 4 Champions Leagues. I don't know for sure, but I would guess that he wasn't starting games, in front of Casemiro, Kroos, and Modric, so if his impact on those Champions Leagues was that, he had substitution appearances, I'm sure that's why he's at Chelsea, is because he could not get in front of those players. So again, like you rattling off what their team won, doesn't necessarily reflect who he is as a player.
Yeah.
Mustafi had a World Cup. Mustafi won a World Cup.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Pedro at Barca was a very good player. Even though he won all those things with Barca, wasn't world class. If you look at Manchester United, Gary Neville won a treble, won multiple leagues. Gary Neville probably wasn't world class at his pomp. Very good, still one of the best right backs the Premier League's ever had, but wasn't world class. I think Kovacic, by the way, this is what I said. I think that his ability is in that world class position, but he isn't consistent, and he isn't consistent because he gets injured too much. And your ability to stay fit is quite literally an attribute, but he's a top player, no doubt about that whatsoever. And now I'm fuming though. My man here just packed a 2.5 Haaland. I'm leaving. I'm off.
All right, guys, welcome to the Jessica Terrace. This is what you guys have all been waiting on. We've always wanted to get that old Terry guy out of here. It's my show now. You're done. Now he's coming back.
You're cancelling me. My name is not Kanye West. Get out of the way. I'm gutted, but I had a wine gun while I moved away. That was a very shitty decision.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that.
Because
you have to talk right now.
I can't speak.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Silly. Anyways. So yeah. In terms of the Kovacic thing, we all think he's a good player. Whether or not he's world class is up to you guys, but we said what we said.
There we go.
I got a 2.0 Reina.
It's pretty good.
I like that.
I'm gonna be opening packs all night tonight until I get something decent. You know what I mean? I'm gonna buy some diamonds on there and everything. I'm going in for it. I'm going in. Hi Terry, how you doing? I'm good, Ade. I'm good. Right, let's take a few calls here. We're gonna go to Patrick, who's a City fan. What are you saying, Patty?
I'm good, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, my friend. What do you want to say?
Yeah, apologies, Terry. Today I couldn't get the camera because I was coming from work, so I didn't have any time to set up stuff. So I usually just came in and I just told your colleague, the KJ, that I couldn't get on camera. But look, it was known, Terry. From now, as a City fan, when you see the lineup, you know what you're in for. You know that it's either going to be just pass football, or it's either Pep just trying to keep his players fit. These days, there's a joke that when Pep puts a certain lineup, it's for practice. You could tell from the lineup when you saw that this is not going to be exciting, not creative. This proves one thing, though, Terry. Like, I'm not complaining, but it proves one thing to a lot of fans who think Man City are all good on the bench. To be honest with you, Terry, when certain men are not in the lineup, Man City can create that much, and the system is not that fluid. I don't know if you've noticed that. If you guys have watched that, it's not that fluid. I've seen it since last season. Like, as soon as you take out certain people out of the City team, the system just doesn't look as good. The football doesn't look as great. It's just we pass for the sake of passing, but we can't create or try to do anything. So look, at the end of the day, we qualified last week. This was a dead game. Dortmund, both legs decided to play park the bus football. I don't blame them because last time when we went toe to toe with them, we almost got draws, but we beat them in the end. So I think they just wanted to just draw with City and win against Copenhagen and the rest of the people in the group. So it's a fair result, nothing much. Haaland was rested for Saturday. So was Cancelo, which is great. Right now with Kyle Walker out, it's a good decision to have Cancelo fit and ready for Saturday. And Haaland also fit for Leicester City, who have got form right now.
Mate, listen, I totally agree. That's why the analysis this season that, if Arsenal get a couple of injuries, they're done for. The same could work in the other way. If you guys, I'm just naming players, if you lost a good defender, Haaland and KDB for 2.5, 3 months, there is a genuine chance that there could be a close title race at the very least. And it's the same for most clubs. Most teams can't maintain your consistency with 2 or 3 of their best players missing for prolonged periods of time. We've seen that for generations in top flight football. I just find it strange that people think that you guys can do it. But listen, it's going to be an intriguing one, mate. It is. And
one thing though, Terry. One thing. I know you're saying Haaland and KDB. It wouldn't really take those two. The thing about it is there's people you put in the City system and it ticks. If KDB wasn't there and Bernardo Silva and Gundogan are playing, the system still works. Haaland wasn't there, I think the system can still work. I think the biggest individual people have no idea that if we don't have him in that team, everybody will be sweating, is Rodri. As soon as Rodri goes down, every City fan starts sweating because that's our engine right now. And Phillips is still injured, so we have nobody. When Rodri is gone, it's either Gundogan or John Stones plays. And Gundogan, he can never always give you the best game as a DM. So that's one of our best midfielders. Even though people don't rate him last season, I was disappointed to see Thiago over Rodri, while Rodri did a better job. Anyway, that's me from me anyway.
No, listen, and listen, I'll make you right, mate. I don't kind of feel. Listen, I think you're the best team in England right now, one of the best teams in Europe. But I just don't like this notion that no matter what happens to you this year, everything's a guarantee. I just don't operate in that world, mate. But Patrick, great call, my friend. Thank you for coming on and having your say. I really appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Another Man City fan, 2 in one night. Hamza is here with us. What are you saying, Hamza? Oh, it's you. I've seen you on TikTok and stuff. Hey, unmute your mic.
Hi, Jessica. Hi, Terry. How are you guys doing?
We're good. Well, I'm good. You good? Yeah, I've seen you about, mate. You're a funny guy.
Yeah. Man, I just prop my team, man. Absolutely prop my team. I know, Jessica, this year you're my rival. I'm watching you very closely. I've been warning you. No, seriously, Arsenal, be careful of Arsenal. I've been warning people pre-season. Watch out for Arteta. And I'm glad because we have to take both Premier League and the Champions League very seriously. Very, very, very seriously. Listen, Champions League today, I'm going to be a bit like Dortmund, shameful. Like, pack the bus, 31% possession. This is classic. Teams in the Champions League fear City so much. They have to change the style of play. It's so shameful. Like, Real Madrid, pack the bus. We play PSG at home, pack the bus. It's just to wait for a counter-attack. Today, Dortmund, when you saw them, they had 11 men behind the ball completely. We dominated them, 69% possession, absolutely outclassed them, but we just rested KDB because we take the Premier League very seriously. Leicester is a big game because I don't trust Arsenal. I do not trust Arsenal at all. People are taking them lightly, but they're Leicester City, like what Leicester did it. And everyone's going to wait until January, February, and then tell, oh, God, they're like 10 points clear. We have to stay close to Arsenal, and I'm hoping Arsenal can drop points because I'm more panicking this year than last year. And I think today's result, 0-0, I'm disappointed because I'm not used to 0-0. But you can see Dortmund park the bus, and sometimes when you park the bus, City just decided we'll play around. And we just didn't want to risk for Haaland. But I think today's a good result. Mahrez need to get on form. We could have scored that penalty. And If we scored that penalty,
Can I ask you, bro? Hamza? Can I ask you about Mahrez, because there's a lot of people talking about he looks finished now, he looks off the pace. As a City fan, are you worried about his lack of form? Do you think this is permanent? Is it a dip? What do you think is going on?
No, they've always said that form is temporary, class is permanent. You know, listen, they have to be patient. Like, we've had so many players going to this down patch. We had KDB last year when he had an ankle injury. I think he came back and he wasn't performing great, but it took him a couple of games. We need to give them confidence, especially City fans. We have to be patient. Mahrez is a very classy player. He walks into every Premier League team. He's just having this down patch. He'll come good. If you ask for Mahrez to leave, he'll go to any club. He'll walk into PSG. He'll go to United. He can go to United. He can start ahead of Sancho. He can go to Arsenal. He can start ahead of someone. Okay, Martinelli. No, the other side probably Saka side.
You think he's better than Saka still? Yeah.
He's got experience. Listen, Sterry, we've given them 2 players who used to sit on the bench and they've raised their levels. Imagine the players that used to sit on the bench for us. They've raised their level. Mahrez starts for us. He will look.
You were going in the right direction. Now you're going in the wrong direction. You go in the right direction. No, I hear what you're saying. I think Mahrez hasn't played enough minutes, so when you bring him off of the bench, he's cold. So you have to give him a chance, and he might be really important to you guys after the World Cup. You know, he might be somebody that you can really utilize after the World Cup as well. So yeah, I totally get that. I get that, but yeah, he's not starting over Saka, but I get you.
Come on, please. Jesus and Zinchenko are sitting on our bench. And as soon as they come there, they're like your star boys and they're your
I feel like you could use Zinchenko, though, at this point. I feel like you could still use Zinchenko, though. No, it's cool.
Mahrez is not going World Cup, and that would be a positive thing for him. I think that the fact he's match fit and he'll be back. And everyone should be patient. Mahrez is just classy player. I know, and we should be patient with him. I think we'll go far in the Champions League now. We've got number 9.
Cool.
There we go. Listen, Hamza, great having you on. We'll definitely need to do this again. It'll be good to get you on the Top 6 show as well. We need some more City representation on that. So we'll chat to you again soon, brother.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Take care.
Take care. That guy, honestly, I've seen that guy, he's TikToks
hilarious.
And he is absolutely fantastic. He is what Igal wants to be. No, I'm joking. I'm only joking. I love you, Igal. We love you, Igal. There we go. There we go. Listen, people, you need to smash the like and share button. You need to download Top Kits now. And I want you to get involved. I'm actually... I need to go and get some packs. I'm going to go and buy some packs tonight. I'm going to buy packs until I get a good 2.5 because I ain't letting KJ beat me. I don't lose. I don't lose. I'm only messing. Igal didn't close EGTV. He's changing the name of it, I believe. So, yeah, he hasn't shut his channel down. That isn't happening at all. Listen, everyone who's tuned in, a massive thank you to each and every single one of you. Jessica, amazing as ever. Javern over there on text. Yay. We're back tomorrow. And tomorrow, keep your eyes out. I've been called out. And tomorrow, I'm going after you, depression. Depression's oozing. I'm coming for you. Keep your eyes out for that video, people. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again soon. Peace.